My life is over. These words came out of my mouth at one of my lowest points in life. And I truly believed this to be true during this season of my life. What little purpose I had seemed to vanish overnight. I felt worthless, and my life didn't matter. I was at my lowest point, void of clarity, inspiration, or meaning. A turning point seemed a million miles away, and a flashpoint was impossible. My name's Austin J. Haines, and I'm the founder of Flashpoint, manifesting the moment of your big breakthrough. It's not just a catchphrase, it's something that I believe was a divine download. As I began my entrepreneurial journey, I started to understand that there's a moment in life and in business when it makes sense. In the midst of all the chaos, confusion that you might go through, there's a moment of validation and clarification. It's the moment when you finally create that big breakthrough in your life. There was a moment through my journey, many moments, where I dealt with lack of worth, low self-esteem, fear of failure, and rejection. And it wasn't so much the rejection part, it was more like that would make me feel like a failure. So if I was rejected, it really hit me to the core. It hit that lack of worth that, everybody was up here and I'm down here trying to figure it out. But then I had a breakthrough. I was fortunate enough, I landed a job in corporate America. I say they were closing the door and I kind of stuck my foot in. And I said, just give me a chance, because I was hungry. There was a hunger inside of me. And through that, I got very lucky. They hired me. And then within the first year, I was underperforming. And then I got the letter. The letter that nobody wants to get. That if you don't start to turn things around, we're going to have to let you go. I remember walking down the office. There was big glass on the right and all these cubicles. And I went down and my cubicle was at the end. I sat down. My head's down, I'm looking at the phone. It's a sales job, dealing with rejection on a massive level, not getting the results. And then I got this letter basically telling me, if you don't turn it around, you're going to get fired. But that letter represented my lack of worth. That letter was a validation that you're not good enough. So I remember that moment. And through that, embracing what is, being fully present with the emotion of it, the feeling like a failure, the rejection, something shifted in my mind in that moment. And I knew that if I was going to get a different result, I needed to make a change, and I needed to change the way I was looking at things. The thing I needed to change was the way I looked at myself. I needed to see myself in a better light. It wasn't a moment, it wasn't a sexy moment, it wasn't like bells going off and people cheering, but it was inside of me. And I like to say every cell in my body vibrated. Every cell in my body responded. Something new was going to happen. I knew in order to get a new outcome, I had to make a change. So that clarifying moment of dealing with that self-worth, I had a breakthrough. And that's the beautiful thing about Flashpoint, is that it happens in us first. Every cell in the body responds, a new decision is made, and boom, once that happens inside of you, That's the internal flashpoint. And as long as you stay the course, the external flashpoint is destiny, it's fate, but it must happen inside of you first. And that was the birthplace of Flashpoint. And then within a few short months, in that year, I became the top rep in the company. Company-wide, across the US, I was the top rep. And then I went on to have 19 years with that company. 19 years, so one breakthrough, 19 years of success. Six-figure income. And I had reached a level of success that most people would have aspired to. But there was Flashpoint. There was something deeper inside that I couldn't let go of. And I knew that there was more for me to do. So in the middle of my best year, literally just wrapping up my 19 years in corporate America, still much road to go down, more accolades, promotions I was offered. In the middle of my best year, I gave my resignation. And so began the Flashpoint journey. Flashpoint helps others because it reaches them where they are. I found that a lot of times we're either stuck. If you're a high achiever, you might be at a plateau point. You might just feeling like you're just existing. You lack clarity. Maybe you lost that fire. You lost that vision. You lost that reason, that purpose that got you up every day. And you're wondering, is this what life is? Is there more? And if you think about life, it's this culmination of moments. And when you look back on your journey, there's these moments, there's these defining moments. And so Flashpoint really brings this perspective that there's moments, and there is a moment when it's going to make sense. So if you're feeling like you're stuck, plateaued, Flashpoint is like coming in like a flash saying, no, there's more. There's more to be done. There's more for you to experience. There's more for you to be, do, have, give, feel, and or experience in this life. Whether you've struggled your entire life trying to figure it out, whether you're a high achiever who's plateaued, maybe you have all the money, but you lost that fulfillment and that spark, Flashpoint is here like a beacon to come in and say, there's more for you. And let's start right now from where you stand, and let's create that big breakthrough in your life. One of the things that was really clear for me, that there was a time we said, it's the information age. And we wanted access to more information. And I do believe there's a residual effect where people feel they can't get enough content and information. And I want to step in and go, information's everywhere. Experience is rare. Enter Flashpoint. These live events that we do are about this experience. It's a live immersion. It's an experience. We're not here to just dump your head full of more knowledge and information. Our knowledge or the information is curated. It's distilled and curated to what creates the breakthrough in someone's life. And the live event is paramount, critical, absolutely necessary to create that breakthrough. Why? Because we need to be in commune with other people. We need to be experiencing, we need to feel the energy of other people that are moving forward, that want that breakthrough in their lives. When you change someone's environment, so they may be in an environment with their work, with their family, and they feel stagnant and stuck, and we move them into this environment where the energy's high, people are excited, people are having visions again, and even if they don't have it themselves, they are impacted by the experience of Flashpoint, the community of Flashpoint. Flashpoint is way beyond Austin. It's the people that it's attracting and the environment that is collectively created that allows people to win in their lives, which they so desire. They want to win in their lives. They want the big breakthrough. And we provide that environment for them to finally win. Take your future back. Own it. It's your time. It's your flashpoint.
I've always been in a situation where money was not my friend. And it's not because I didn't understand the strategy, right? Because it's the 80-20. It's not so much strategy as it is mindset, right? So when you started talking, to me, that was inspirational. And it was very important. I was taking some good copious notes and some screenshots. I am fully on board with what you're doing. It's an absolutely amazing accountability program. And this event is awesome, and I can just see where this is going to head and the future of what it holds. So just honored and excited, and I think it's about event to event, right? As entrepreneurs, as busy professionals, our gas tank does this, right? Yep. Our oxygen tank starts to decline because people say no, people turn their backs on us, people no-show, people cancel, we lost money, all kinds of stuff, stress. So when we go from event to event, we fill up those oxygen tanks, right? And that's how we grow from event to event. So I'm excited to be here, and I plan to be here in September and come with a bigger squad next time.
Talk about emotional. It's been an emotional weekend for me. But I just want to say I wouldn't miss an event with Austin. I've known him for a while, and that is why I come to Austin's event, because I know my heart's always going to be touched. And my heart got touched immensely this weekend. I had a huge breakthrough yesterday that had nothing to do with the breakthrough I wanted. A good friend of mine said to me one time, Karen, there's no place better to be than ground zero, because you only go up from there. Plus, I've made some really great new connections. And I'm stepping out of the room of being the smartest person in the room of 5. I am like nowhere near what's in this room right now. And I just honor all of our speakers that came and all of you that participate, because you friggin' changed my life.
This weekend has been amazing. I have participated in Austin's events at his home and other places, and it's just always an amazing experience. It's always energetic, full of life. I mean, if you're like falling asleep, you're gonna wake up, and it's just so inspiring. He's just an inspiring individual. So caring, so humble, so down to earth. I just love Austin and what he has impacted me with. And I remember one time we met for lunch, and he was like, how can I help you? How can I serve you? What can I do for you? And I was just like, I don't want to be rich. I just want to be happy. I don't know. Just help me. And he has, and he's been my friend, my mentor, my colleague, everything.
These type of environments, and why I'm passionate about it, it's so hard to find this type of environment with this type of people. And if you added up all the life experience, you can't put it into words. Words do not do it justice. The only way to truly experience it is to be in the space. Proximity. People proximity is power. And when you get around better people, or I say better people that are moving forward, people that have a growth mindset, that things that you aspire for, you will get sucked into their ethos, and you will get pulled up just like the tide rises. But you got to get in that ethos. And that's the only reason why I'm here, is because of the people that stepped up in my life.
My journey with you began 4 years ago when I went to your first event. There was an exercise in the workbook that we did, and I forget what the question was, but you were going around to all the tables and saying, how we doing? We doing okay? And you come to our table and you're like, you doing okay? Michelle, you done? I'm like, Austin, I can't answer this question. You said, what do you mean you can't answer this question? I said, I can't answer this question. And you walk over and you said, why can't you answer this question? I said, I don't know what happiness is. I have no idea what happiness is. I know sad, anger, rage. That's it. I have no idea what happiness is. And you took me through this exercise. After 2 weeks, I completely changed. I was like, one day, I kid you not, I was singing and smiling in the car. And then later on, I was dancing in my house, and I was like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? I felt like I was out of control because I never experienced anything like that ever.
A stranger stood in a canyon. The man I'd come to know as Austin J. Haines, who in opening his soul would knock down every barrier that prevents us stepping into our power. As he put his heart on the line in full transparency, Flashpoint was brought to birth. And within a few short months, my soul ignited under profound wisdom, support, and life-changing benefits. I would become a multiple best-selling author, a legacy ghostwriter, a women's empowerment coach, and the Flashpoint spokesperson. I too would change lives because Flashpoint has changed mine.
Most recently, I launched the Rocky campaign. I did a video every day at the Rocky steps. I thought, wow, I mean, this is where people started to message me and they wanted to meet me at the Rocky steps. So sure enough, I'm doing these videos every day. People start to meet me. I have guests literally at the Rocky steps, and we're pouring out these informational content. And next thing you know, it gave birth to the Rocky experience, which we've added to Flashpoint. And now we just completed the first ever Rocky experience with the Flashpoint Live Immersion, and people all over the world. I got a message from South Africa. The woman said, I want to be on those steps. What do these steps mean? People identify with the underdog. They identify with overcoming. They want to climb the steps in physical form. They want to climb these steps in physical form as a metaphor for their own lives, that they can break through, they can overcome, they can experience their flashpoint, manifesting the moment of their big breakthrough. When I think about the journey of myself and Flashpoint, of course I have these big visions of where it could be and what it could mean for people in their lives. But I also think about when I started doing marathons and ultra marathons. You may say, how does that fit into it? I started running and walking around the block. And then I eventually started to run. And then I ran 3 miles. Then I ran 5 miles. The next thing I know, I'm doing a half marathon. And I thought, when I got to a half marathon, I thought, what if I could do a marathon? And then I got to a marathon, and I thought, what if I could do an ultra marathon? And then I did an ultra marathon. I'm sharing this because it's a journey. It's a personal journey, it's a collective journey, and I see Flashpoint as being a household name, but it's this organic growth. And what do I mean by that? If one person is impacted by Flashpoint in a deep, profound, dramatic way, then the world could be impacted by Flashpoint in a deep and dramatic way, but it's about one person. You know, it's about that person that's in the audience that's finding out about it for the first time. And they're starting to flicker of hope. And there's a glimmer that starts to culminate. And then maybe they feel goosebumps for the first time. Maybe they experience joy for the first time. And they start to believe again that there is a breakthrough moment in the future. Just imagine creating a flashpoint moment in your life. I invite you to join us at the next Flashpoint Live, where we will help you manifest the moment of your big breakthrough.